Welcome to Braiding 101. I had a few requests for some of you who just do not know how to braid. I'm going to show y'all how to braid. I'm going to take it step by step. Really quick, if you've noticed, these are the same braids. They're rather fuzzy, but if you look at the roots, his braids are still reserved. I just washed it, but I kept his braids in, so when I took it out and when I take these down after these tutorials, he still has his a lot of his scalp showing. So that's just a way to keep from having to retwist too often. So when you braid, I like to grab the tips, the very front three, and twist them just to make sure that when I get started it's good and tight. So what you do, in between the third and the fourth finger, you put the right braid in, and then you use, on the right hand, you use the middle finger, the second finger or the pointer finger as the hook, and then you just have your left hand just grabbing the left braid. So the right hand has two braids in it, and the left hand, let me zoom out a little bit. There you go. The right hand has two braids in it and the left hand has one braid. And what you do is you take the very outside braid and you go underneath the middle braid and you use your pointer finger and hook the middle braid with your left hand. So now you have two braids in the left hand and just one braid in the right hand. Then you take your pointer finger from the right hand and you grab the very outside braid. So once you get started, it's just taking the two fingers and you're hooking and hook. I'm going to show y'all that again. And that's an actual plait, but when you get the hooking concept down, you'll understand how you grab and go. So once again, in between the third and fourth finger, I have one braid. I use the pointer hook, or what I call the hook, and grab the middle braid, and then I just take the third braid and put it between and grab it with my thumb. So, twisting motion, turn the outside last braid into the middle, and then you hook it with your left hand. Twisting motion, turn the outside braid with your left hand, hook the middle. And you just keep doing that over and over again, and that creates the motion. Okay, so when you are getting into braiding locks, that same hook you're using to grab the outside ends, the outside locks on the dreads. So, and then this outside I'll hook. Same twisting motion. I'm grabbing the outside braid again with that pointer finger, and then I'm hooking these outside braids. Twisting motion, the same one that I'm grabbing, I'm going to grab that one and hook some more braids. Locks. So see, it's still three rows, except for it's just more locks now. Lean up a little bit like that. Okay, so if you get confused, I stopped in the middle. You have your 3 rows. Turn that outside hand, just like that, hook, and grabs a lock. Hook, and grab a lock. So twist, hook, grab a lock, and that's it. And then what I do is I go underhand when I get to the very bottom, and that just keeps the lock the same exact shape. So I flip my hand, and now instead of braiding down, I'm braiding up with the hand. And that helps when you have some loose hair or some shorter braids, some shorter locks, I mean. It'll keep it kind of hidden underneath instead of up in the air. Here is a better view for those of you who may just want to know how to braid a lot of locks at one time. What you do is, what I did is I took down half of his head, half of his locks, and I'm grabbing sections at the very front. 3 sections. So this will be like, this is one piece of hair if it was loose hair. The middle, another piece of hair. And so then the same way, I like to put the very right side in between my 4 fingers. And then my hook, I'll use that and grab the middle. Then of course I have my thumb that's grabbing the left side. I do a twisting motion with my hand. I use the hook on the left hand, and I'll hook the very outside hair, and then I'll grab some locks. The middle comes to the right. Use the hook that's on the right hand and grab the left side. And while I'm grabbing the left side, I'm also grabbing some locks on the outside. You will have locks in the middle, but don't worry about that, because for the most part, as you're hooking, it'll cover those. Turn your head all the way that way. And that's how you do it. And sometimes I like to use my free hand to grab the hair instead of me just hooking. I can just grab it and put it in my hook finger. And notice with you leaving some of that middle in, and make sure it guarantees that your locks are gradually going from small to bigger and then staying at a steady size. And that's how you braid. And then of course I go underhand, which flips, I flip my hand up, and then I start to braid going upwards. And that's it.
Dreadlocks.